I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Here we go with part 2 with the phenomenal Cam Clarke. Are you really ready?
We're ready. Let's go.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty about Inside Out. It's so great. I love your voice. I found it on Amazon. Where else can people get it?
They can get it at camclarke.com.
Nice.
How
That's
handy.
Clarke with an E.
Right
Clarke
there.
with an E.
Not like
Very
the
expensive
Clarke
letter.
bar.
Very expensive. Yes.
We fought long and hard for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a delicious candy bar, your bar.
Indeed, it is. I know.
very delicious.
Thank you.
So who are your musical influences? How did this come about?
The record Inside Out was about, it seemed to me growing up there was two kinds of gay music. There was the Michael Feinstein's thing, which is great if you like that. You know, just all the No Cowardy, you know, the show tunes or the Man Who Got Away, all that broken soul music. Or there was club music, and there was nothing in between.
Right.
I grew up with, James Taylor, Janice Ian, Carly Simon, Jimmy Webb. These are the people that were my best friends on the record player, right? And so what I did is take those folk rock songs and just change the pronouns on a lot of them. Some of them that have names like Janice Ian's Jessie, you can leave that. One of the ones that did have a wink, though, was singing Son of a Preacher Man.
I know. It's so funny. Jessie and Son of the Preacher Man are two of my favorites.
Well, thank you.
Loved it.
So being that I pretty much was Son of a Preacher Man, it was kind of apropos.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, that's when Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he'd look into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was.
And you're using your singing in some of your video game work, and which is fun.
I got to sing for Matthew Broderick, or for Simba. I was singing for Simba, not for Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
And so that to work with Hans Zimmer was just like, like check that off of my, my list, because I am not worthy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And working on doing the voice of Snoopy when they animated the musical Snoopy, which is the follow-up to Good Man Charlie Brown, and to get to work with, Lee Mendelson. Again, it was like that was my childhood was reading Charlie Brown books and the T-shirts and all of that.
Yeah.
Being able to use my singing at work is just the whole thing is like being in a sandbox. Yeah. It's just playtime, and I'm the luckiest person alive.
Yeah. Do you think that your ability to sing and be able to have so much control over your voice, do you think that plays a big part in vocalizing your characters and things like that?
I totally think that. There's exceptions to everything, but I think a person that is musical, has an extra, what should we call it? An extra helper, in the musicality, and they know that let's end this line up, and then kind of like saddle that one down, and just color it, because of musical ability.
Yeah.
I do think that helps.
That's
and
cool.
It also helps when I've done some directing to be with a musical person where I can even kind of like work in some musical terms, and they know what I mean. So it's such a fortunate.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And it's an accident. The voiceover thing, doing the looping, that's where I thought I was going to go. And there were two people that I met on looping. One who, she was huge in her day, she's passed away now, but Linda Gary, who did all kinds of cartoons and was like the Tress MacNeille in her day. And she went, we were on the session doing looping, and she said, have you, of course she didn't stroke her beard.
No, she didn't have a beard.
So
women didn't have beards back then.
Some did.
Hormonal replacement.
But that's
hormonal replacement.
Oh,
she
dear.
said,
He didn't so bad.
In fact, wait, wait, that mustache thing. Wait, there we go.
Mona Lisa.
Anyway, she said, do you-
This segment sponsored by Rogaine.
I'm glad we don't cut any of this stuff out. I'm really glad that we don't cut any of this stuff out.
it's for the
so good.
Christmas reel.
Yes.
She said, have you ever thought of doing this, talk about how do you get started?
Yeah.
I mean, I did crash that audition, but she had said, have you ever thought about doing this as you're doing this? Because you're kind of good.
Yeah.
And I went, no, I'm going to be a movie star. But thank you. Thank you so
thank
much.
you
But thank
anyways.
you.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Aw, bless your
Yeah.
little heart.
And she took, and she set me up with a coach, introduced me to her agent who took me and just, never looked back.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would be here talking to you guys if this woman and her husband, Chuck Howerton, who was an on-camera and voiceover guy, hadn't said, you know what?
They saw something.
They
in
saw
you.
something and
Yeah.
chose to
this
help.
way. Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
That's cool, man. That doesn't
Which
happen
is
a
such a
lot.
characteristic, though, of the voiceover business. People are very
It's, there's
communal
something.
and they help. Because you have, I do on camera, and it's a very different world.
I was just going to say, when I
So-
entered the voiceover world, I went, wait, these are nice people. I don't know if there's something about the face not being involved and there's no aging. There's no ingenue and leading lady, and
Right.
character actress,
right.
because your talent is from here to here.
Yeah.
Basically, and I can, like we said, I can be a 700-year-old wizard or a 16-year-old, and my headshot's not going to get in the way.
right.
So I don't know. Do you have any thoughts of why on that thing? Because it seemed like that world was the voiceover world. It was a lot more of that. Yeah, come on. There's this
There's
call.
a lot of
You should-
camaraderie.
That there's
and people
there's
helping
enough
people.
work for everyone. There's
Absolutely.
that sort of
well,
mode,
I mean,
which I think is
it's the
wonderful.
same reason why Stacy and I spend
Spend the same.
time and money producing a show like this that we give away for free. This whole industry is so much about giving. Did we pay you to come here?
I was going to
No,
say,
we
you're
did
not getting paid.
You're
We
not
gave you
getting
an
a cent.
apple.
Wait, you know what?
You're not getting a cent. Sit
You know-
down, Count. But no, the thing is that people like you who are busy, who have a career doing this, and it's not that you're above anybody or anything like that, because you're not, but you're gracious. And you come here, or whether you go out and meet your fans on the road when Jeff books you.
Yeah.
I mean,
But no, please.
it's something that the voiceover community does. Actors don't do that. They don't go see somebody for no reason just to say, hey, unless they're promoting something. It's a totally different business, man. It's
Yeah.
there's always a give back feel.
And I've had, people who are doing what you're doing, and it's like they passed if I didn't have something to promote.
Oh,
Which,
interesting.
it was.
Wow.
I said, and you can
Yeah.
promote your this and your that. And I went, well, I don't really
Yeah.
have anything to promote.
I want
Right.
to promote
now.
my non-promotion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how's that? And
How's
they went,
that?
well, then maybe you're not. We'll catch you another time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, which is, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad we.
Hey, man.
I'm glad we live
I'm
in
glad
this
you're in
world.
this business. You fit.
You
fit.
well, thank you. Going on, and meeting the fans and stuff at these conventions is like crazy. It's amazing, and the difference between when I was a kid, you watched, Bullwinkle or
Hey, Rocky.
Exactly. But
Hello.
but I didn't care.
No, you didn't care.
I didn't care. It was like
You
I
didn't
watched
care.
the cartoon, whether it's Mighty Mouse or the Beatles or Josie and the Pussycats, long hair and ears for hats. Yeah.
Get
right?
down. Yeah, I love that.
If we sing any more, we'll have to pay for it. So let's
Exactly.
leave it at 16
Yeah.
bars.
Out.
Exactly.
So anyway, I'd listen to those shows, and it's like, okay, gonna go ride my bike.
Yeah.
There wasn't, it was like a nothing. It was just something you watched on Saturdays or
Yeah.
after school, and now it's like the voices are like a thing to get into, it's just like otherworldly until I started doing the conventions, and now at my age, I'm meeting people's kids and stuff.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, and recently, and I'll try to tell you this without crying because it's
Cry.
it's really
I
good
love
for radio.
crying.
Come on,
Yeah,
Cam. Give us
I
some
cry.
tears.
I cry.
Wait, stop it. No. I got a letter recently. You get a lot of fan mail, and this letter is written in very exact lowercase, very clean, very perfect, and there's white out, and written over. But it's, it's just like, I love you in Metal Gear Solid. How did you come up with the voice for that? And Simba, this or that, da-da-da-da. And it just was like many letters that I ever see. Inside the envelope with this letter was a note from the mom who said, this took my son 5 weeks to write.
Oh my God.
He's autistic and otherwise handicapped, and it's just like,
Wow.
all of a sudden I have no problems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there
Everything comes
are
into
things
perspective.
like this, and fans come in all the specters like this, and I love all of them, but I've come to appreciate, and I'll be real honest, perhaps some of the people that I might have, to be honest, rolled my eyes at a little bit or something, just to be real honest. And I've really got an appreciation now for this the special need kids who might come up with and they're making a little rocking thing, or there's something, and and then to know that you are part of, and you see the parent, and you are part of this one window. Or not to say that they only have me as their window,
No.
but there are very few windows.
Very few.
And the humbling feeling of knowing that you are a place where they can rest or connect when there's so much of the world that they
can't be a part
can't.
of.
That makes it great.
Oh, thank you for sharing
Sorry,
that.
guys. Yikes.
No, listen,
Oh
man, it's
my
real. And you know
God.
what? Well, you said earlier, a voice actor is from here to here.
Well, that's where
And
the
that
heart
part
is.
was right there.
Yeah.
So there you go, buddy.
Beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that. That was very beautiful.
And on the flip side of that, and now if we can go 180
flip side.
degrees, is when I first found the Turtles was like all that. I was out at a movie, and I've told this tale at conventions. Big line for movies, right? And I see this little kid, turtle sweater, turtle hat. He's even got his turtle doll going to the movies, and he's got an ice cream, right? Literally doing this, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to give this kid a thrill. I'm going to tell him who I am. Today I'd be arrested for coming within 3 feet of a child that's not mine. And so I walk up to the kid, and I went, so you're a real Ninja Turtle fan, right? And he goes, uh-huh. And I said, well, guess what? I'm Leonardo. And I did the little voice, and he goes, uh-huh. And I'm Donatello. And I kind of went, okay, well, that's good. I'm
Enjoy
going
the
to
Best
movie.
answer.
I'm going to go back to my line for this other movie. So enjoy the
good.
ice cream. And, so it was like, okay, also know thyself.
So know that at the same time,
Yes.
some of these little kids will kick your...
Oh, yes. I crush you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the parents who, think that their little kids get it. They're little kids, and they're like, do that voice. Do Freddy the Ferret, from Barnyard. And I've learned to go, you know what? I will go in the other room and call them on the phone.
Yeah.
But do not ask me to do this in front of them, because it's like, Mom! Yeah! They don't, the little ones can't grab it.
Yeah. It's scary. Ready? True or false?
True or false? Get ready for this one. Pay attention.
Oh, I just think I threw my neck out.
It's
You
okay.
and
You
we've
go
got
to the chiropractor
we need an
tomorrow.
Advil to set.
A leave.
A leave. A leave.
Product placement.
Yeah.
You and fellow Ninja Turtle Townsend Coleman were both contestants on the game show Super Password. True or false?
Bing. True.
I think that's amazing. But you didn't know each other yet, did you, as turtles?
No,
was
we hadn't booked the
pre-Turtle.
job. No, he had just moved out here.
How funny is that?
From being a DJ back in Cleveland. Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Very
yeah.
good.
I get another point.
Ding,
Yeah,
ding. That's for
ding, ding.
Cleveland for
we
20.
Were, what? Yes, indeed. We were in the holding tank for ages, to come up to play, and we were both big losers. I won
What did you win?
a
Rice-A-Roni?
bedspread
A bedspread?
And
A twin or a queen?
well,
Was it a slip
it was
cover?
a queen to go along with the literally year's supply of pantyhose.
No.
I'm not. No, it's like, well, we don't care if you're a guy or a girl. You know, just sell it on the street if you want. It's like,
At least they could give you the
A
rice-a-roni.
year's supply of pantyhose. What's that, like 4 pantyhose?
no, it's a
One
racket.
for
Nobody
each
even wears
quarter?
those anymore.
I know, it's
But
awful.
you know, it was like, I didn't sleep for weeks going over. Why did I answer that like that? You know, it's like, don't do a game show if you can't take it. You can't
Yes.
take losing.
Yes. Well,
That's
yeah, and
funny.
Townsend didn't win big
No,
either.
so it's a good thing, because
but you
we
guys
wouldn't have been
won.
friends.
Yeah. Now, you said you have a funny story or a
Well,
good
that was
story
it,
about-
and you just
That
asked
was
me.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
Was that you?
Look at
Yeah, the
that.
game show thing.
Get down.
And then we meet years again later as Big Brother ponies on My Little Pony. And no, it wasn't an X-rated spin-off, but check it out. It's Townie, Cam, Charlie Adler, Rob Paulson. I mean, we were all young bucks. Get it? Young colts.
Young Colts.
Young colts.
Yes.
And you know, we were hoping it was going to be a spin-off, but it kind of like
Yeah.
didn't make
Yeah.
it out of the barn.
Well, it's kind of,
You are just full of them today, man. I'm telling you.
And that's no hey.
And that's no hay. Ba-ba-boom.
But it seems like y'all are working it out. Things have worked out for
Things
all
worked
y'all.
out for Townie and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Rob and Charlie, everybody seems to be doing okay.
Absolutely,
I don't worry
man.
about you anymore.
No, I think you guys are fine. You have been planted and you have bloomed.
I love
And
it.
I'm taking
Very
early
proud.
retirement.
We're very
so
proud of you.
So, Cam, you audition still, yes?
Oh, always have. It's people go. Well, I guess you don't have to audition
Yes.
anymore.
Who's your agent? For voiceover?
Sutton, Barth, and Venari.
SBV. Fabulous.
Love them.
And
Reverend Mother Rita, as I call
Such
her.
a
Reverend
beautiful
Mother
human
Rita.
being. Beautiful human being.
So do you audition on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis?
Well, I
Truth be told.
Truth be told, or do you just get booked?
Oh no!
I'm
It's
sure
like
it's a
I'm
bit
not.
of both. Yeah.
Should I be honest or
Yeah.
tell people what I'd like them to think?
No,
no.
we want
I
the
auditioned
truth.
for pretty much. I mean, the advent of the computer age.
Yeah.
Kind of gave a lot of us a tumble. Where it used to be you had to be here to audition.
Yeah.
Now everybody's sitting there in their big boy underpants at 3 o'clock in the morning across the country can audition.
Right.
Where it used to be it was Townie, me, Rob, Charlie, Lori Fazzo, and whoever. And there was like 15 of us on a given audition, or
Yeah.
maybe they went to San Francisco as well. But now it's for every commercial there's
Yeah.
maybe
hundreds.
300
Yeah.
or more submissions. So it's a lot harder to
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
bookings.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What is
And there
your...
used to be gimmies. There
Right.
used to be, because we were so small, it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people knew the stable. Okay.
That was good.
Thanks.
Do you do pony voiceovers?
I do now. It's my specialty.
It is a specialty. A pony with a lateral lisp.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The pony with the I loved that book as a kid. The pony with the lateral lisp. You know what? If you guys are moms out there, you really want to get this book for your kids, because wasn't it adorable?
I've never heard it, but
They didn't have
he
that in
just-
Cuba.
no.
They didn't have that.
El caballo con el, ¿cómo se dice?
eso en Cuba.
¿Cómo se dice
It's the
lateral
donkey.
lisp?
It's the donkey
I
with
don't
the
even know
lateral.
how to. They don't have a. There's no pronunciation for that. Well, I can't. There's no interpretation. What's it called?
Pero en español se dice, se puede decirlo
No se
así.
puede decir. Hey, back to the auditioning thing. So.
Yeah.
Well, I
you're-
did have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
What? Mommy and Daddy, I hate it when you stop fighting.
I.
Ay, ay, ay.
Question. We're running out of camera.
I've lost my will to question. What is your approach when you get an audition to creating a character? Do you have just sort of you wing it? You look at for animation or game, you see the drawing.
Yeah, drawings are
Just go with
are
your gut. What do you do?
totally helpful, and I go with what I, think the visual should look like. But also, as you all know, sometimes they know the kind of sound they want. but we would often, well, here's what you've asked for, and here's something else.
Right.
You know.
Now, is
to
that
consider.
usually, is that something else that you might give them? Is it like very, very different from what they're asking for? Like a yin and a yang? Or is it similar?
It depends. Sometimes it's just slightly, different, but different enough that you're like going, you're giving them something that they didn't exactly ask for.
You've been auditioning for jobs for how long now?
I mean, counting
Just
my
give me a
childhood
number.
days.
So for many, many years, okay?
Let's see, I became a member of AFTRA in 1964.
After,
on.
what's that? No, I'm just
Exactly.
kidding.
64,
Okay.
74, 84, 94, 104.
104?
Oh, God, really? 50?
Okay,
Here goes the
so here's my point.
Waterman!
700 years.
For 7, yeah. So check this out. My point is, you've been auditioning for jobs for 50 years.
Yeah.
All right?
Wow.
Since you were a freaking little puny thing like
Yeah.
this. Is there
Playing
any
with chiffon.
advice? Is there any advice that you can give our fellow voice actors out there? Maybe people that are just like starting to build their businesses today.
Don't do it.
No.
Run.
Is there any advice you can give them on how to really give a really strong audition, or maybe something that's worked for you throughout the years?
Okay. This isn't helpful or necessarily helpful, but there's a je ne sais quoi.
It is what it is.
It is what
Yeah.
it is, and it's talent. It's just like as a singer and in musical theater, it's 16 bars. That's all they ask you for.
Yeah.
And I know there's like people go, well, I need to sing, a whole chorus and a verse, and I'm like going, if you can't do it, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
If you can't do it in 16 bars,
You can't do it.
then you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's kind of intangible, but with the voice thing, I don't know what to tell y'all. It's you get it or you don't. Isn't that horrible? I mean, I'm sure you've had people come on here and answer like, well, you do this, that, and the other. When I've been directing, it's like I can't point to anything other than that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will come in and I just burn it.
Yeah.
It's like you're not getting it.
Yeah. So basically, what you're trying to say is,
Yes, please. Do
let me
What
interpret
Cam
what
meant
Cam's
to
trying to
say.
say. So
Because
what
I'd
you're
love
trying-
to know.
So what you're trying to say is that because of the experience that you've had, you feel so comfortable with your skill level that you don't really have to think that much about it.
I don't.
So if you get to that point where you're confident enough with your skill, then that's going to help you give a better audition. Always, right?
And I think within that,
is that what you were trying to
'Cause
say?
there's only
that is
one-
exactly, and much more precise and more
Well,
intelligent.
there's only one you.
Well-
So what you bring as what you think it is going to be slightly different than what you
Yeah.
do and what you do. So
Yes.
And any time a person asks me, what can I do? It's like, you got to get into a workshop. And by someone who is a working professional, not in a school, because it's a different animal than the other things, which is not to say you can't use your, face acting. Don't you love that
Yeah.
expression?
Yeah.
Your face acting, excuse me, within that, but you still got to learn how to, this other weird craft. Gaming, which used to be just screaming and kills, has become this cinematic, wonderful place to live.
Yeah.
Where your theatrical skills come in handy. And yet it's also got this wonderful, like the old days of radio shows, even though that was a little kabuki, well, just like movies were back in the 30s and 40s. But there's dialogue now. There's storylines that aren't just about killing, shooting. They're all about zombies, of course, but there's plenty of human interaction in these things. And like some of these scripts are just written beautifully.
Yeah.
And so it's not just, like I said, more kills.
Yeah.
Or where you say the same sentence 7 different ways, which the first gaming world was, yeah, we got out of there. Whoa, that's 1 kill. Yeah, we got out of there. That's 2 kills. Or you just...
Yeah.
like change the sentence for however many different ways you could play.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot
Yeah,
more
the
sophisticated
storylines
now.
are so intricate. The
They're
backstories. I mean,
fun.
you get the breakdown in the backstory of the character is two and a half
well, don't
pages.
even- yeah, that's
it's
like- no,
I'm
just
going to
tell
take
me.
out a couple things and then my head's going to explode.
Give me a synopsis.
And I love where they choose their own kind of language spelling.
Yeah.
Don't just give it to me phonetically. You know, you have silent everythings. It's not just Gaelic or Celtic, you know, with all the it's like, so we don't speak that letter. Okay, then how about, since you're creating this just for stupid pretty people, just get rid of those silent letters. It's just like, no, in the land of Noramak, because the
Spelled
G's
with a
and
P.
the L's and
Spelled with a P.
Exactly. It's like, no, please.
So it's not Panoramac.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Cam, if you were starting your career over today, what advice would you give to yourself knowing what you know now?
Don't do it. No, it's a crazier world. I mean, there was, like I said earlier, there was only like 6 of us back then. So it's really rough. And don't quit your day job. But there is, you know, somebody's going to step in behind me.
Yep.
You know, younger people or older people who just, you know, like they were a musician and they slipped on a banana peel and ended up doing, you know, voiceovers.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's not what it used to be. And if you think because you can do a great Donald Duck that you're in like Flynn, they got Donald Duck, you know, so nobody cares.
Yeah.
My first animation coach was the legendary Michael Bell.
Michael Bell.
Who was an amazing teacher, and he didn't sugarcoat it, which I love. And if I taught, he never would go like, okay, that's good, but you know, he'd stand there with his hand on your shoulder, and you do your whatever, and you go, no. And I loved that because it was honest, because nobody's going to go just be soft on you, and you're going to get the part. So he was a wonderful, wonderful teacher, but it's rough. I'm glad I got in it when I did. I know that's kind of like not real positive for y'all, but it's not an easy place.
Well,
anymore.
a lot, you know, that joke that people say, oh, I'm going to do voiceover. It's quick, easy money. You
Which
know,
it is not.
it's not. It's a craft, and it takes years
but
and years.
Hell, try it. You know, go to college, and you know, don't, you know, not do that.
Yeah.
But don't ever not try something, whatever it is. You know, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You
here's the
don't wanna
one
regret
thing
it.
that for
The
sure.
regret is worse than the not trying, I
Absolutely.
think.
And
I've
I
always
will reiterate a few something that some of our guests have said in the past, and that's that if you have a dream, don't ever tell anybody that you can't do it, because whatever it is that you want to be, you already are. You just have to do. And
Agree.
the thing is this: that you're right. It is much harder today than it was way back then when there were 6 of you.
Yeah.
But there are people in this business every day that are booking a national campaign, that are booking this, that are booking that, that are getting a promo.
Somebody has to get it.
Somebody has to get it. And the people that get it are the people that are prepared. So prepare yourself to get what it is that you want by taking classes, doing it is what you need to do, preparing yourself to get out there and kick some butt in 2015 and beyond.
That's right.
Right? This is a new year. Let's
It
rock and
is.
roll, baby.
That's why I'm wearing kind of
Hello.
like white.
I know,
It's
it's
not white,
fresh
though.
and clean.
Who'd you
is
steal
fresh.
that from? Did you steal
But
that
it's
from
better
somebody?
to you don't want to wear all white on camera anyway, so it's more warm
No.
to your
Made
skin
this. I
tone.
think this is like used to be a pot holder.
Okay, so let's remind people about your one-man show. Stop Me If I Told You This. That is at the Odyssey Theater. Previews February 20th and 21st and beyond. Get your tickets, book your flights, whatever you're going to do. Come here,
Come out,
see it.
come out and see
Absolutely.
We're
it.
very excited.
Me too.
What do
Scared
you
out of my mind, but
Right.
that's
Well,
okay.
that's
That's
a huge accomplishment that you have endeavored to do that. I'm very
we'll see
excited
what happens
for
come
you.
opening night.
Absolutely.
He's like, where is he? No.
Yeah.
In addition, beyond this, what do you still want to accomplish in your career,
You
in
know,
your life?
I will be real honest, and I say this without humility. Okay, well, I'm going to edit myself a little bit there. I've had an incredible bucket list. and because of some things in my life, I am aware of how precious life is. Now, this is not to say that I am not aware that I have the means, the time, and I get that if you're wrestling with 3 Rugrats, and I don't mean the cartoon show, you know, you might not be free to do, you know, some of the stuff that is on your bucket list. But after this show, I have to start a new bucket list, so that's also scary.
That is beautiful.
I went skydiving, which is on the list.
Wow.
I tried needlepoint.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, seriously, that's on the list, and I realized
How did that get on the list?
skydiving. I
No,
love it.
wait. If you needlepoint while you skydive, now that's
That's an
Needle
accomplishment.
point.
oh my gosh.
My
I have
goodness
a
gracious.
girlfriend who does these amazing things, and I'm artistic. And like I said, I went to art school.
Yes.
And I've illustrated a few books and stuff in my younger days. And what I realized about, and I went, you need to learn how to do journey and not finish line. Couldn't do it. So I'm going, wait, this isn't finished yet? I've been here for 3 hours and I've done this much. Okay, not for
There's
me.
no sense of accomplishment.
It's like, it's too
Well,
taking too
You
long.
jump out of a plane a couple of minutes later, it's
Boom,
over.
it's over.
Well, you answered my question because I knit, so I won't invite you to my knitting circle.
Yeah,
Do
no.
My done? My done?
Um,
Okay, we can't have you here without.
We're going to put you on the hot seat.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. You're already on the
I'm
hot
not
seat.
saying, and I was on super password and I failed, so this better not be.
But guess what you're going to win today?
Patty Duke isn't here, is she?
She's not, and there's no pantyhose.
Okay, sweet.
No pantyhose. They don't make
Can you
those
pick a
anymore.
number between 5 and 127?
It would have to be an odd number for like arranging flowers and stuff like that. 7
7?
or 133.
107?
133?
130?
133 or 7
7?
or 77.
77 is the best number to say.
It is.
Okay, yes.
Or not.
If every night you could have one singer appear to serenade you, who would you choose?
My mom.
Perfect answer.
She,
Oh.
you know, she was a professional singer, and to me,
Yes.
and she did when she wasn't on the road. Every night she sang me to sleep.
Oh,
Easy, hands down.
Oh my
so special.
gosh.
Really cool. Best answer ever. You win. If we had pantyhose, dude, you'd be taking them home.
Here,
I'm
just
telling you right now.
take them.
stockings.
Here,
Silk
these are-
stockings,
take
the
it
whole
off.
shebang.
Take it off.
Freaking. All right, he's taking
Boy.
those. He's taking those with him.
Yeah, I'm here for my interview.
Okay.
Hey, man,
So-
nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet
Right
you
on.
too. Right on. Hey,
Hey,
you're
you're
rad,
foxy, man. She's
You're rad.
awesome.
She's freaking hot.
Hey,
Hey.
she's hot, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So as
you
you
zoom
guys
in here?
can-
Can you
zoom
zoom
in.
in?
As you guys can see, this show is going nuts. All right, but it's coming back. We're gonna be here every single week with a new show for you guys. I gotta tell you, dude. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks.
I'm not touching your freaking apples.
Fruit,
Your-
my apples,
I'm
my
not touching your
fruits.
apples. But listen,
Oh,
thank you for coming out here.
Oh, thanks
we
for having
really,
me.
really appreciate it.
This is a blast.
You're a blast.
you
got a
are so
great
wonderful.
friggin'
Continued
personality.
success. We're so excited for your show. Get your
Absolutely.
tickets.
We're
Thank
gonna
you
come
so
and
much,
see
Cam.
you. They're gonna come and see you. The ones that are in town, the ones that are not, fly out. We're gonna be there. Say hi.
Yes.
on.
Congratulations on all your accomplishments, and we know that 215 will be the best year, and you're gonna add some cool stuff to that bucket list.
Yeah.
I am.
He's
You
already
are.
added 2
You
apples.
are.
I've added 2. This is a bucket list.
I mean,
First
if
thing,
you've already
boom, it's on the
accomplished-
list. It's
If you
off
already
the list.
accomplished one list, dude, the second one's gonna be out of control.
Now, if that can come out as apple pie.
Yeah,
you'll have some.
exactly. And hold on, maybe that's the first one on your bucket list. I've
Make
always
apple
wanted to
pie
have
in
big
your
balls.
Yeah.
pants. Little applesauce. I think I've had that, but that's a whole nother story.
I think we better go.
Okay, so we're gonna go now.
Can you
We're gonna-
spell depends?
Yeah. We're gonna be back next week with another
With
show.
who?
See you
Who?
guys later.
everybody.
Say goodbye. Bye.
Bye, bye now. Bye. Hey y'all, it's Cam Clarke, and I just got buzzed with Chuck and Stacy. So glad y'all were here. We played with apples. We found out these are not made of crystal. And it just goes on from there. It was the time of my life.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Tune in next week because I don't know if you know this or not, but we're going to have another show for you.
And it's going to be amazing.
And another one the week after that and the week after that. We hope you guys are enjoying us.
Absolutely. Keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and keep up with us on YouTube, too. Don't forget. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. And just remember, you always have time for a little buzz.